Hello and welcome to this demo. Today we're going to talk about the flexible storage capabilities of Centrify Privileged Service. Since the beginning, when Centrify decided to create its own password manager and session manager, we decided to overcome the limitations of traditional solutions. That's why this is delivered as a service, and we can deliver incremental capabilities every month. This month we delivered the ability for Privileged Service to store secrets on-premise. And first we're working with Safenet to enhance the capability using their KeySecure devices. A little background. So the architecture of privileged service is very simple. It is, you have your tenant, and the tenant has its own CA that allows us to provide encryption down to the table level and double encryption between the cloud connector and our cloud infrastructure. The cloud connector provides AD bridging, also provides session connection, and provides also LDAP bridging as well. The problem is this. Many of you have told us that you much rather have the passwords on premise. First, because it increases the assurance, right? Because you will have a private key, you will only know the secrets. But also many of you have regulations that you need to meet. Perhaps you're potentially submitted to a Department of Justice subpoena. You need to materialize your passwords. So with Centrify, we've actually listened to you, and we've added this Safenet capability. And just to give you a quick walkthrough, I have an environment, and this environment has a mixture of things that I have in AWS and also in on-premise. So I've already configured a Safenet KeySecure appliance to as a source, and at the same time, I'm actually using CPS to secure access to the KeySecure appliance. What that means is if I need access to this service, I'm going to be prompted for multi-factor, and I don't know the KeySecure username or password. So for example, in here, I could access a security question or get a phone call. Let's do an SMS to see the cadence here. So, I should be able to get an SMS, and it's actually arrived. If I look at this message, notice that it's going to show me a link. I can click on that link, and then I can open it in my favorite browser. And what's going to happen is that I can approve, and the RESTful APIs are going to do the rest. Remember, we provide multi-factor to the solution. So basically what I've set up is I've set up a trust relationship between the local CA that I have hosted here with the Centrify tenant. And this is actually very simple. It's a 5-minute step. I mean, ultimately in production, it will be a little bit more planning involved. But ultimately, it's about implementing mutual authentication and trust between the Centrify tenant and the KeySecure device. In my case, I'm in an Amazon environment, so all I've done is I've used a KeySecure appliance that is readily available from Amazon.com. So when I look at the Privilege Manager, let's just switch back to Privilege Manager. And I can look at my resources. I've actually set up a test account already. And this account is under my App1 server in AWS. And if I click in it, I can look at accounts. And I could do the typical retrieval of the password, right? So, if I wanted to check it out or log in, I can get an assisted location. But let's do a checkout. So if I do a checkout, what needs to happen is that there's got to be a corresponding entry to this in my KeySecure. So I can always display it. I'm not managing this password, so it's going to be something very silly that you'll see. But this actually verifies that I have connectivity with the KeySecure device and that I can get my secrets when I needed them. Okay? And I guess, cookies are delicious. And when I go back to the KeySecure, all I need to do is look into the device, right? And I can look at my keys and notice that there is a password already stored there. For example, if I wanted to destroy this, I could actually just go to Privilege Manager and say, you know what, I don't need this anymore. And what's going to happen is, it's going to ask me, hey, you want to display the password before you go ahead and unmanage it. And I'm going to go ahead and close it, and it's gone, right? So the expectation is that if I go back to my KeySecure, in this case refresh, it's gone, right? So, and we also provide a lot of quality assurance mechanisms to make sure that when you set up KeySecure, that you can verify that the connection is ready. The typical configuration in a test environment takes less than 10 minutes if you know what you're doing. And this is how we're providing a lot of newer capabilities. This release, we provided workflow, we provided federation. We are, working to provide some really cool capabilities that I'm hoping that I can share with you very soon. But now you have the ability to store your passwords on premise. And I hope this demo actually helped.